currently in the last week of the first phase of my series, and I really want to share real quick how it has been for me. My placement was in Data Fingers, and it's an applied data emerging company that focuses on research, digital capacity, AI, big data across Africa. And over the 11 weeks, I did quite a number of tasks. Just a few I can mention. And from week one, they treated me like a real team member. The week one was actually a security audit, and I was made to audit the organization. And so I had to communicate with the team. I had to ask questions about what the organization's current setup was like. And I did my first ever security audit, like properly. And I gave my recommendations. I found out the gaps that were involved in their current setup, and this is something that the recommendations were actually taken into, like the measures I gave were actually taken into consideration. I was able to create the company's first ever formal internal cybersecurity policy. That was my first ever too as well. So before I arrived, there was no formal cybersecurity policy, and so I had to create guidelines like the password guidelines, file sharing, their communication, and then build a policy around that. And now the document is being used in the organization and will be revised from time to time. One of the tasks I did was developing a machine learning forensics white paper, and I was investigating how AI systems are being manipulated or tampered with. So I learned about data poisoning, model manipulation, and synthetic data abuse. And so I learned quite a lot. I even read about the Arrow deepfake case where everybody in the video call was actually AI generated apart from the victim. That company lost over $25 million because of that one deepfake case. And so I wrote a white paper that the organization can use in African tech publications. That being said, I also developed a chain of custody templates that they could use for evidence handling. I also created an incident response plan for the organization as well, and a template as well for them. I was also able to develop a phishing awareness package. It was actually a 3-in-1 document. We had the phishing simulation, which I built around. I targeted NGOs, Nigerian NGOs, and then built it around the Tony Elumelu Foundation actually. And so the 3-in-1 documents included the phishing simulation, a red flag guide to guide you through the red flags in the phishing email, and then a debrief guide for their training sections. I also did an OSINT exercise actually, and then created a methodology guide that you can also use in their training sections. For the OSINT exercise, I built it around a fictional persona, and with that I was able to see how investigators piece together evidences from different areas, and then with that they are able to get a full profile. I also did a behavioral research on why people still fall for scams even when they know better, and it was built around the African context, and I could see that attackers build some scams around Nigerian pressure points. So that's why they build scams like the OTP scams, the romance scams, our trust networks, our communities, anything we have around us that build us together. Family are being exploited to get those scams to work. Now, in as much as I knew where I was going to, I knew that this is digital forensics I'm actually heading for, and cyber psychology. Doing this SIWES has been a game changer for me, because now I was so sure, like, this confirmed the direction I was heading to. I knew that this is where I really wanted to be. I could see how I was so enthusiastic to do the tasks around that part. I have so many plans in place, and I can't wait to go further. This SIWES has been a very great one, and I want to thank Data Fingers for giving me the opportunity to be able to do this work and grow. And all I can say is a lot is waiting for me ahead.